was him or his friend that was uncomfortable with me not wearing a bra at home, and he said both. I reminded him that he did not ask me if the friend could move in and that this was my home too, and that I should be allowed to be comfortable in my own home. I asked him why all of a sudden it's not okay that I don't wear a bra, or if it was something that had been bothering him this whole time. He was obviously mad, but wouldn't engage with me anymore and continued to ignore me for the rest of the day. The friend has not said anything to me about it, but I understand that he wouldn't. Because why would he? He and I don't talk much, and when the husband is home, and even when he's not home. Even if he did, I would probably tell him to get over it because it's my house. I live here, and frankly, my comfort is a more priority than his, since this is our house that he's been living in and eating all of our food for the past 6 months. Ooh. My husband has been at work all day, probably avoiding the conflict like he always does, so I haven't had a chance to ask him again. But am I being an asshole for not wanting to wear a bra at home? Am I just being stubborn, or am I justified in my way of thinking?
All three. As a married man, what do I tell you?
We just say, we
literally just talked about this. When there's another man present, you put a bra on. Yeah. Period.
Right.
Those are my goods. Mm-hmm. They here.
Right.
They ain't nowhere else. Mm-hmm. Right. Now, I have a lot of issues with the whole scenario.
Same.
Right?
Same.
I have an issue with her not wearing the bra in the presence of a man because me personally, I feel like that's disrespectful, but that's my personal belief. Mm-hmm. My second issue is how the fuck you move somebody in and not talk to your wife? And for 4 months, he ain't paying no rent. And then you make an arrangement, but he ain't paying rent yet. So what's the arrangement? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So the issue here is not the bra to me.
No, it's not.
The issue is how this motherfucker still living in your house.
Because my rebuttal to him, if he would have came to me and said, I need you to put a bra on because there's another man in the house, my response to him would be, I will put a bra on when he leaves. How about that?
That's what you gonna tell me?
How about that? Because here's the thing. Right. You didn't, like you said, you didn't ask me if he could be here.
Oh, you talking about they situation? I thought you talking about our situation. Because I was gonna tell you about this.
Bye. You didn't even ask me if he could come. He just showed up at our house one day because he was getting evicted. Because you're taking on the authority of this is my house, right?
Yep.
So you're taking that authority away from me too because this is also a shared space. But in your mind, apparently, it's not. But you want me to be uncomfortable in the home that I assisted you in paying for a person who I don't want here anyway.